Hello friends, I'm Mrs. Kobani, your friendly wild team science teacher. I'm going to review with you today how to do chromatography using some simple steps here. So the very first thing that you're going to do is obtain some chromatography paper. It's hard to adjust to this camera. Apparently I need to move the other way. This is some special absorbent paper that's going to work to suck up the liquid and separate our pigment. The very first thing that you'll start by doing is taking your chromatography paper and folding it in half the long way, the hot dog way, the cotton candy way, whatever way you want to call it. It's the long way. After you've folded it in half, you're going to grab your scissors and very carefully cut so that you create a point at the end of your chromatography paper. Hopefully you'll cut the right way and get a perfect V at the bottom of your chromatogram. The next step is to grab the pigment, the marker, the ink source that you're going to be separating. I'm going to use this black Expo Vis-a-Vis marker. Your next step is to create a straight line on your chromatography strip directly across. You don't want it right near the point. You want to move up maybe a couple centimeters or so and make a heavy dark line. Just like this. You can see again, it's not right at the bottom, it's up a little bit higher. Put the cap back on my marker and set my chromatography strip down. Your next step is to grab a test tube and your water. And you'll use the pipettes, the plastic pipettes here. You can see that there's markings on them. It goes up to 1 milliliter on your pipette. You'll be able to see that closer when you actually grab your pipette. And you are going to put into your test tube about 2 milliliters. You want to be pretty precise. You want the water to go directly down into the bottom of your test tube and not get any water or very little water on the sides of your test tube. The more water you get on the sides of your test tube, the harder it will be for your chromatography to develop properly. So there's 1 milliliter, and I'm going to grab a 2nd milliliter here. Give or take, it doesn't need to be perfect. Again, I want that water to go directly down into the base of the test tube, getting very little water on the sides. If you happen to get a lot of water on the sides, or you find that the test tube you're using has a lot of drips, go ahead and grab a paper towel and see if you can dry off the inside. You'll get better results that way. The last step to develop your chromatography is to take your paper and you're going to put it with the point side down into your test tube. You want the point to touch the water, and you don't want any other parts of the strip to touch the water. So I'm going to put that down directly in there. And then I'm going to set it inside my test tube rack and let it develop. The longer you let it develop, the better results that you're going to get. You're going to want to wait at least 10 minutes. So after you have it sitting in the rack, you'll go and sit down, you'll work on the painting part of your lab. Some things to note before I leave you is that you want to make sure that your ink does not touch the water. If it does, then you've put your line too low and your chromatography won't develop properly. And once again, if there's any drips on the sides of your test tube, you won't get very good results. Good luck with your chromatography, and I will see you in class.